Good morning, gentlemen. It was an excellent time to see you all this past weekend, and grateful to call you friends and brothers. I'm doing a short video here, sitting in a part of Columbus right now called German Village, where all the streets are brick and all the children are above average. And probably all of the homes start at $750,000, even though they are smaller than our bathrooms. It's an old area of town, but it's still pretty unique. Don't come down here very often because driveways are not very common. But anyway, has nothing to do with what I was going to share with you today. What I was going to share with you today was that this past Tuesday, began Ramadan. And I'm sure you guys know things about Islam, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm telling you something new. But, Ramadan's a month where they fast during the day and no food, no drink, no smoking, no sex. They don't drink alcohol. They're not supposed to drink alcohol anyway, but none of that stuff during the day, once the sun has gone down. Apparently Ramadan's the 9th month of the year, which they're on the lunar calendar, so it actually, because there's a different number of days, it changes every month. It shifts. The month of Ramadan shifts earlier every single year, so the 9th month is actually at a different time on our calendar every single year. But I have been learning a lot about Islam over the last couple of years, and one of the things that really kind of amazed me, interested me, somewhat stunned me, was that, the Quran is not a very large book. It's pretty small, actually, smaller than the New Testament. And like half of the New Testament, not even close to the same size as the New Testament. But often, and I'm only in the 5th book, the 5th division, there's like 160 books in the Quran, but they're organized by length. Like the first one is the longest one, and then they get progressively shorter and shorter and shorter until you get to the end, and very short. Some of them, barely a page at that point. But it's very interesting. I don't know if you guys have read the Quran, but it's very interesting that it actually addresses Jewish people and Christians numerous times. And one of the things that I found, pretty staggering and interesting is in Surah 4, which is, I'm reading Surah 5 right now, but in Surah 4, it actually addresses Christians and tells them that we should not say 3 in relation to God, that God is only one, Allah. And it's interesting because the word is actually 3, and a number of the translations into the English say, do not say 3 gods. And, that's not what we believe, which is interesting because, the Quran claims to be eternal with God, or with Allah, which is kind of strange because you have Allah who's eternal, and then you have the Quran, which is eternal. And as Christians, we don't even really say that because God progressively revealed His word, over the course of time. But, it's interesting that the Quran does not correctly represent Christian truth. It says, don't say 3 gods. And we don't say 3 gods. We say there is one God revealed in 3 persons. And that there's really no other explanation, as far as our Christian beliefs, that God is, again, revealed in the scriptures. But anyway, it's interesting to say, that here are the Muslims who believe that the Quran is Allah's eternal word, and it's perfect, and it's always existed, but it can't represent the Trinity correctly. And it's sad, and it's a reminder that we need to continue to pray for our Muslim friends. We need to make Muslim friends. We need to love them. They are following an idol. And anyway, just a good reminder for us all to pray for them today. I love you all. I'm grateful to be a friend of yours. And I look forward to talking tomorrow. See ya.